11.
What's another controversial pick?
Would it even be DBCember without him?
We said we weren't going to lump different grades of a transformation together, but when it came to Boo's transformations, we felt like there was some wiggle room.
Much like the amorphous nature of Boo himself, his transformations function slightly differently from the rest of the cast. Not only does his absorption cause him to become stronger, but he also takes on their physical and even sometimes personal characteristics.
While we've criticized Super Boo's character in the past for ultimately devolving into a pinker, more chaotic Cell, this type of transformation is an interesting change of pace for the series' villains. Whereas Cell's absorption of the androids caused massive physical changes, but not much else, these changes, actively incorporating other characters' attributes, makes him a special kind of creepy and intimidating.
And it even has a downside. The rules of fusion still apply, and we see how this affects Boo. It's a very fluid type of transformation, and because of all that, it feels like it's hard to pin it down to just one.
And the transformation Super Boo undergoes when he absorbs Gotenks changes the fight dramatically. It turns a curb stomp on his part into, well, a curb stomp on Gohan's part. And Gohan's barely saved by the help of Tien and his dad.
Unfortunately, our poor three-eyed cowboy gets one-shot by Boo's legs.
Not exactly the last stand against Cell all over again.
Hey, I don't see Yamcha Wolfang fisting Boo to save the day.
Raising, boom!
But it doesn't stop there. When Gohan misses the Patara earring his father throws to him, he's absorbed by Boo's treacherous taffy, making Boo more ferociously powerful than ever before and forcing Goku to find a new fusion friend.
It's a lot of fun to see the quirks of each transformation, like his absorption of Gotenks giving Boo access to his many abilities, or his absorption of Piccolo giving him increased intelligence and the ability to better strategize. These transformations aren't just more power.
Unfortunately, the changes in Boo's design are a double-edged sword. While it's cool to see his visual change with these absorptions, they tend to make him look less original and less menacing. Whereas some transformations have a wow factor that really stand out, his tend to just dress him in others' clothes and give him others' abilities.
It doesn't help that he's following another copycat villain, Cell, from the saga beforehand, which is unfortunate because in some ways Boo's ability to absorb and utilize techniques is more interesting than Cell's inherent knowledge of them.
It's also worth noting that the transformations don't get a lot of fanfare, and the manner in which they occur gets a bit repetitive. Although this final transformation into Kid Boo is spurred by a very different set of circumstances, so we don't know if we're going to include that particular one.
So what's your guys' favorite Boo form?
Oh, Fat Boo, easy. I love his design and personality. He's vastly different from all previous villains, and while he doesn't quite cut the intimidating figure of Super Boo or embody the feral, chaotic energy of Kid Boo, he finds his own way of being legitimately terrifying. I always appreciate a threat that's deceitfully dangerous. And Fat Boo's jolly, childlike demeanor belies some of the most existentially horrifying deaths the series had seen up until his creation. Turning innocent people into candy, dispatching of his master without the slightest hint of guilt, the destruction of the human race with abandon, all in the search of fun and his boundless appetite.
But that form of Boo, as we see, is capable of reasoning and even has a spark of good inside of him. If you ask me, the real terrifying Boo is after he expels the evil from his body and is then absorbed by his own evil darkness, giving us Super Boo, a literal embodiment of evil, the monster that Boo was made out to be. When he's presented with the choice of having to waste time killing every human on the planet or just ending it instantly, he does just that with a move that is so horrifically literal it would be laughable, if it weren't so effective at doing exactly what it says. Also, he has some of the best fights with the cast throughout the whole saga. Fight with Ultimate Gohan, Vegito, and Gotenks. That's some of the best stuff the Boo saga has.
Well, you're both wrong, because Kid Boo has you both beat. Heck, he's even called Pure Boo by the Japanese because he's pure, distilled, chaotic evil. Equipped with the most malicious grin Toriyama could muster and eyes that see the world around him as nothing more than a toy for him to break. He doesn't care about cakes or challenges. He's here to wreck shit. And he makes full use of his overwhelming power combined with his regenerative abilities and stretchy limbs, made worse by his feral, unhinged nature, making him completely unpredictable for a typical martial artist, putting Goku further on the back foot.
But what do you at home think? Who's your favorite Boo? Tell us down in the comments.
So if you bite Boo, what's it like?
I'm thinking bubblegum.
Or maybe like mochi?
It's taffy, cotton candy flavored specifically.